Hello and welcome to the back nine of round 3 of the 2025 PDGA United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Discraft and SeahaferNews.com. It's our second major of the year. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hockeys.
Honk. Yeah, what's happening? Tell us about it. No?
We played 9 holes. We got 9 more. It gets way windier.
Welcome back.
Way windier. Emily Weatherman coming fresh off of a white pelican.
Which is what we're calling 4 birdies in a row.
Just to clarify, Kristen let on a heater from, I think, 3rd card. 5 down through 15, shooting the current hot round. Our lead card took a bit to get warmed up, but they're warm now.
Yeah, lots of birdies now.
Yeah, they're stringing them together. Let's start things out.
Hole 10, we watch Holland Hanley eagle this. We're flying the left side. You're going to see pretty much everyone take the right side gap. Backhand, either straight shot, or if you want to get cheeky, you can try to throw like a turning shot up the hill or maybe just super straight. You're going to see a lot of bailout hyzers towards the left where Holland kind of landed, and then it's just a little chip shot up the hill. It's pretty technical and there is a drop off behind it, so you do have to be careful, but everyone's thinking birdie on this one. It's kind of an awkward tee shot with that hill sloping, and you see a lot of people end up throwing into that tree right there. You really have to force your body to hit that gap correctly.
Yeah, it's nice to be more left on the fairway, but you can get too far left, so it's very much a placement shot. You want to be just left of those shadowy trees on the hill that you can see straight ahead. Henna doing it really nicely. Oh, she might be in that too far left area. We'll see what she has to work with.
Barely, I think.
I think if you're that far left and shorter, it's no bueno.
Eveliina early in danger here. Ooh, lucky. She knows. Have you seen anyone take the left side?
No.
Yeah. There it is. Oh, that's going to be a rough footing.
I'm a little surprised to see everyone struggle with this tee shot. I know it's not an easy one necessarily, but it is just kind of a pitch hyzer.
We all can't have as much confidence as you, I guess.
I also thought that we would see, wow, that's great. Oh man, I thought
you were making fun of her.
No, I thought it was up on top of the hill.
The limbs.
I thought it was on top of the hill.
Nice recovery, Emily. Jeez. I don't know. I think it's just an unnatural shape. Like, we're not used to throwing over a side hill like that.
Yeah.
And something about it like makes you throw away from it. And then, hey, boom, there's a tree.
Yeah.
Hailey's third. A lot of work left here.
It's not fun right here.
No. There's like a post or like a flag or something on top, so you can see where the basket is from down there, which is really nice.
That was a good recovery shot from Hailey.
It's going to be pretty far down the hill, though, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know anything about this hole. I'm going to just sit here quietly.
I know that first gap is easy based off talking to you. Oof. Emily's struggling on this one.
Well,
I think if you took the hill away, you're right. It is just a simple hyzer.
I'll let the stats speak. It was the 14th easiest hole of the day. And 14th most difficult, So, and a quarter of the field birdieing, 19 birdies.
Eveliina managing that upshot nicely. Henna, some awkward footing and stance here.
Yeah, our lead card making this hole look, I think, a little harder than it typically plays, which is a little surprising.
Emily not going to mess around with this drop off, just going to take the bogey.
Yeah, there is room back there. It just is not worth it because the putting gets very difficult. It's not just uphill. There's also low-hanging branches. Hailey is going to mess around.
I thought she was down the hill, but still not an easy putt. Here's Eveliina for the only chance left at a birdie on the card. Oh, yikes.
Whew. That's a big risk from Eveliina. She has been putting really well, especially from that distance. here in the second half of the round. But yeah,
Look at this.
This is just almost not worth it.
Dang. Turns into a 3-putt very quickly with that drop off. All right, let's just cut the tap outs out. We get it. It wasn't good. Let's move on.
Yeah, rough one for our lead card. We saw Holland eagle this one with a little bit of an aggressive throw in.
Definitely an accident.
Definitely an accident.
Yeah, 3 bogeys here is quite surprising.
Yeah.
Nice shot, Emily.
Let's check in with Cadence Burge ahead on 12. This is the second hardest par 3 of the tournament. I mean, of the course here. It is just such a difficult line. You see a lot of disc landing right here, about a little over halfway down the fairway.
Oh, stop. We're all just going to do it. Look at her.
That thing was coming in hot.
Wow. Man, how far away is that drop zone? Because she's right.
Is she
no, I mean she's no, it's for birdie,
Yeah.
but like she's right at the drop zone. I'm
let's see.
curious if we know the distance.
Let's see if the stats keeper put
Like
it in. They say
140?
125.
Okay. Sweet. Man, we're getting some fun throw-ins.
Let's see if our lead card can clean things up after hole 10. Hole 11 is the par 4. We watched Valerie Mandujano have a nice, easy birdie on. It looks like you want to throw a forehand here, but in reality, being short and right by this stump is not that great. You want to push a little bit further, or at least be a little bit more left on the fairway, opening up this second shot down this hill. There is out of bounds on the back right side of the green, so you don't want to come in too hot. This is one that you're not necessarily banking on a birdie because this tee shot is a little poke and hopey. There is kind of one line, but it's far enough away and such a strange angle that you're not gonna ever guarantee yourself to get through. Like, that was a great looking shot from Henna, and it just it's gonna find a tree.
Yeah, Henna did her job there, and
Yep.
it just didn't quite work. And yep, that's what we're all kind of dealing with.
Emily, with I think the pure line, she hits it perfectly. And she is going to be rewarded for it.
Yeah, I think that's the smarter play, but most of the time you see ladies trying to curve a little bit too much to the right,
Like
just to
Eveliina
make the approach a little shorter, but that straight play, I think that's the play.
Yeah, I think so too.
Eveliina going to drop pretty short as well. The forehand can work, especially with Hailey's power. It just needs to miss that one tree right there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And she's going to be fine right there.
Ooh.
Henna does not have much to work with here. She can go over the top of the bushes.
She kind of is.
It's going to be around probably the edge of circle 2 or maybe just outside. Eveliina forced to go more outside line.
Wow.
Whoa.
Super cool shot. I like how she just kept running right after she threw straight
Sprinted
into a
up
run.
the hill, yeah. Emily has enough room to work a sidearm.
Almost hits the stump. She's going to drop, what, just outside the circle? A little short.
Hailey has a technical little sidearm down this hill. She probably can't see the basket.
Yep, just pick a tree and chuck it. Try to control your speed. That'll putt. Ooh.
So even though this hole is very hard to birdie and you can find yourself in some tough positions like Henna here, trying to play aggressive and get the birdie, if you just take this one for what it is, it's a pretty simple par. It's extending where you can get yourself into trouble.
Yeah, bogey does not feel good on this one. Emily from 35. Leaves it a little low left.
But there were only 14 birdies on the day. Hailey,
Very low.
Yeah, again coming up short.
Struggling on the putting green today. Dang, everyone kind of not having a great time. This is kind of how the first part of the front nine went for everyone. Just a little bit of struggling before they cleaned it up. Maybe it's a trend.
I swear it's the wind trauma. The trees were so loud here. Looks like yet another hole going to elude our lead card.
And our leader going to drop back a stroke, bringing it to within 1 for Hailey and Emily.
It's really hard to commentate on this round because after playing a few practice rounds in the Wisconsin summer that we have been playing in, it's totally different playing conditions and not at all going the way that I thought it would. I really thought people were going to be shredding.
Today?
Yeah.
In this
No,
wind?
no, just in general, this course.
Yeah.
And then this
now
wind,
we're like, oh, it's hard.
yeah,
actually.
I don't really know what's going to happen out here.
Hole 12, a par 3, 355 feet. You want to throw it a little bit short, land near the drop zone, and then chuck it in for a birdie. There is a mandatory on the right that you need to make. If you miss it, once again, you're at the drop zone, throw it in for a par save. There is an OB line right that you can find if you're not careful, but as Madison said, this line is so difficult. It's a really tough green to access. You're not going to see a whole lot of clean birdie looks.
If you throw it perfectly, as good as it can get without, getting lucky through the trees, you're just outside circle 1.
It was a headwind here too, making it pretty difficult.
Emily going to try to work through these trees, and there she is right outside the circle.
Yeah, solid shot.
This was a very scary tee shot today. It was a straight headwind / right to left. And just that Mando looked a little tighter than it did in practice.
Yeah, I think they put a bigger M on it today.
Yeah. I feel that.
And yeah, everyone kind of stabling up, maybe just a hair from normal. That is going to kick to the right, but Hailey's going to stay inbound. She hasn't missed the Mando yet.
There's out of bounds on the right side before the Mando. It's in tight right next to the tee pad here, but once you get out of that little tunnel, it stretches out a lot. Henna gonna throw a really great shot. Getting it into the side of that hill is about as perfect as you can throw it, and she'll be right on the edge of circle 1.
I'm guessing only a couple people landed inside the circle. Hailey, with a nice little chip shot to the bullseye. All right, if it's not in, I don't want to see it. Oh, nice looking shot.
It was.
Okay, I did want to see it. All right.
Yeah, only 4 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation. You can see Emily in circle 2 with not much to work with. That right side is pretty brutal. 4 players got to circle 1 in regulation. 16 got to circle 2 in regulation. Henna right on the edge. And with kind of a funky stance, she's not able to convert the birdie.
Yeah, definitely a bonus birdie, but I'm sure wants that one back.
There were only 4 birdies today. I'm going to shout them out because, hell yeah. Caden Spurge, we watched him. We watched her throw it in. Jessica Weiss and Maria Oliva from circle 2 and Lexi Marks from circle 1. You're watching a lot of tap-ins today.
It really just, I have nothing to say. Like, they're tapping it in. We see it.
We've done it. We've all lived it.
We're living it over and over.
Kristen stacking a couple more birdies at 7 down right now in the clubhouse.
What's going on, guys? Hold My Bag just launched the greatest disc golf fantasy game in the universe.
Hold My Bag just dropped the best fantasy disc golf game the planet has ever seen.
I want to tell you guys about the newest disc golf fantasy game on the market.
One of my favorite parts is the Hold My Bag. This is something that we started doing, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Hole 13. Another par 4. This one is very well known. You will see why in just a moment. Here we are. You've heard about it. You've seen it. The lighthouse hole. There she is in all her glory out on this peninsula surrounded by beautiful Lake Michigan. And this flyover, it looks calm and lovely, but today it was a true tempest. There was wind, there was waves, there was spray. The chains were blowing.
At least we had the lighthouse to guide the wayward discs in safe to shore.
Yeah, we did. This tee shot is a pretty stock hyzer, but it's down a long tunnel with trouble on the right and left, so you're a little nervous. We had a straight headwind coming up the tunnel as well. And then once you got out onto the lighthouse land, it was a screaming right to left wind that was gusting up to, what do you think?
Oh,
25, 30?
At least 25, yeah. Look at these drives. Eveliina and Emily. Evelina's almost putting, actually. And Emily getting around the corner.
In calm conditions, this one is absolutely eagleable.
Oh, yeah. But today, literally, the waves were crashing against. You could watch the spray come up and, like, enter the, what do you call it, lighthouse land?
The spray zone. Oh, the
splash
lighthouse land.
zone?
Yeah, I was
of
in
the lighthouse land.
Yes.
Yes.
My approach landed in the splash zone.
I feel like usually you have to pay extra for that. You know? Henna, a little early. There is OB over there. That I think it's a good thing she hit that bush because it was fading towards that out of bounds line. Oof.
Quick shout out. There was a lot of spotters out this weekend. So many volunteers, so many scorekeepers. Shout out to all the locals that came out and dedicated their time to this tournament. Uh-oh.
Hailey in an awkward position.
Ooh.
She's kind of a little stiff.
Yeah, kind of looking like maybe something happened there.
Henna getting caught up on her little backhand turnover approach.
That short left side is so brutal to recover from. Especially, you want your approach to be short here, so the pressure is on. I mean, you want your putt to be short here, so the pressure is on to throw a good approach. Emily has no problem here.
You almost don't want to, it's one of those ones where you almost don't want to be in the bullseye, though, because of the height and the wind blowing it back at you.
Especially if you're Emily's height.
Yeah. Yeah, nice shot, Emily. God, you're short.
Bet you didn't think about that.
It's one of those times where you're like, do I turbo putt from here?
You want to like jump up and slam dunk it.
Hailey not going to mess around, just going to take the par.
Yeah, and word on the street is Hailey did have a little tweak of her back on that approach shot. Oh man, Eveliina forced to take a knee on a very high basket.
Oh, such a good run.
And
now into a headwind, though.
Yeah, really terrifying comeback putt. She is in the splash zone. Nice.
Good comebacker. I feel like your flyover should be composed as a poem.
It's all in black and white. Like a ghost goes through.
Oh my gosh. Old man goes with one of those like big onesie, like like a white gown.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like a rain slicker.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like that.
Like one of those captain hats.
Corncob pipe.
Emily with the birdie, no problem for her.
even though she's not very tall.
Yeah. There were 17 birdies on hole 13. Wow, it's easy actually.
What wind? I mean, it is short.
It was
and
just
downhill.
It was tough putting on this basket.
Mm-hmm.
That birdie, Emily, gonna move up into a tie for the lead with Henna Blomroos.
Yeah, pretty top through the top 6 to 8 positions. Hole 14, a par 3, 322 feet. I think takes a little bit more power than that to really get all the way to the green. I like a turning shot over these left side bushes. You need to give it height and let it turn over this next row of bushes. I feel like these are the ones that really catch you. As long as you hit the first gap though and get to the short grass, it's pretty easy to par. Yeah, early anything, you're gonna not be having a good time. I believe the wind was just a tailwind, so you really needed to get some height under this disc. It was hard to get it turning. This is probably not going to be very fun for Emily.
Oh.
Hopefully she cut through most of the way.
Yeah, the rough on this hole is insane. Eveliina putting some nice turn on it. She's going to find a late right rough, which is, I think, the best case on the hole. Ooh, a beautiful straight shot from Hailey. Look at that thing.
I like the pretty floaty. It looked like a slower speed disc. Just straight at it.
Yeah, she didn't try to get too aggressive there. Looks like she threw it maybe nice and soft.
Just a touch low for Henna.
It's such a strange nose angle you have to put your disc on to get up and over those bushes. Even though... Yeah,
bounced straight backwards.
Even though personally I don't love this hole for my game, I think it's a great par 3. I think it got a really nice challenge.
Yeah, it's I think reachable by everyone. Just kind of a particular shot, and not really one that we throw very often.
Yep.
So yeah, I like it. Probably not a ton of birdies, though.
Wow, yeah, there was only 4. Yeah. That surprises me.
But, I mean, trying to get a disc to turn in the tailwind was tough today.
True that. This is the hard one in general. You are going to see a lot more players in Circle 2. There were 16 players in Circle 2 today, only 3 in Circle 1 in regulation. Lexi Marks parking the hole. Shout out. Taylor Chosek from Circle 1, Cyanenda from Circle 1, and Holland Hanley with a Circle 2 putt.
Emily Weatherman, not gonna make the cut.
Oh my God.
Man, you got beef with her or something?
No, I just got carried away in my stats. I'm really sorry.
She was just staring at the phone hard, looking at these stats, everybody.
I was so sorry.
Just give her this one.
It's been quite a week. For the sleep schedule.
Oh no, that was for a par save, actually.
Okay.
So not a birdie bid.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, we're here.
Back. I'm here.
Everybody.
Yeah, y'all pay attention, okay?
How hard does it count to 4? And a bit of a rough hole for the lead card here. Tie at the top with those bogeys. 3-way tie, and then wow, a 4-way tie for 4th. That's kind of nuts.
Wow, only 1 hole averaged under par on this course.
Oh,
that's crazy.
That makes me feel a little better about myself.
Hole 15, we know this is going to be one of the more difficult holes in the layout. It's 512 feet, but it's uphill, so it plays closer to 600, maybe a little more than that. The first shot is key in setting yourself up for the second shot. It's a pretty distinct landing zone. You want to make sure not to get tangled up in the trees on the right side. And there's one big bush that's kind of in the ideal area where you want to be. Just left of that is perfect. The second shot, though, is a tight tunnel, and there's no way around it. Holy moly.
There is actually one way around it. There's a backdoor gap.
There is a backdoor gap. It didn't used to be there for as long as I've played this course. It used to be a ton more trees on the right side. But yeah, it is a viable option now as long as you're good with an obstructed putt.
That was a huge shot from Eveliina. Absolutely massive. Probably a full 75 feet farther than most women landing. Maybe even farther than that. Hailey in a more typical spot.
Yeah, Hailey messes around with those right side trees, but it works out. Ooh, Emily gonna try to go up and over this bush. Oh. Okay.
Nice try, Emily.
For those of you watching, I have no beef with Emily. I really like her. I've gotten to play with her a lot this year. It's been so lovely.
And Henna with a nice shot, kind of punching through that bush to a nice landing zone. I'm just over here fanning the flames and smiling.
Emily forced to go, patent pending. That is so good.
It is good. It's a narrow tunnel.
Wow. And it slides up nicely. She's going to have a putt. This green was, maybe favoring that hip a little bit. She has had a few injuries on her hip this year. She's had a couple DNFs, and those type of stances really highlight it.
What a pretty shot from Henna.
Hopefully Emily is going to be feeling okay. This green was brutal. The wind was ripping.
It was.
Ripping left to right. And massive gust. It was like one of the windiest places on the course.
Yeah.
Along with like hole 1.
Yeah, we're on that side too where Hailey is. Like if you took the backdoor route, I did. And it was just a straight headwind. And I was like, why is it gale force winds back here? Aren't there there's trees right here?
Yeah,
it was weird.
Eveliina so far down there. She's forced to go forehand. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is great. Man, so far. That's what, a 400 and probably at least 50 feet of power anyway on the drive.
Impressive that Emily was able to get up onto the putting surface with that patent pending shot. Eveliina just a step closer here.
Dang.
And it's got to be a little frustrating today. She's put herself in position over and over again to birdie. Same with Hailey King.
Same with Hailey, yeah.
And she is just all over dead center cage. Do it for the card.
There we go.
Henna, one of 6 birdies today on hole 15. 14 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation and only 6 birdies. That explains a lot, or shows a lot about how windy it really was.
Yeah, 6 definitely feels low for, how it played in practice.
It's a tough hole, but not that tough. Conditions were king today. So is Hailey.
She always is.
Seven down is scorching hot right now. Holland Hanley, though, putting together a 5 under currently.
And Henna going to take the solo lead with that birdie. Hole 16, a fun downhill par 4, 501 feet. We're taking the straight tunnel, which works great. You can also take a spike hyzer. You do need to control your speed because if you really get a hold of it, you can find this OB line deep and left. It's a little shorter on the left. Second shot really shapes up nicely for a sidearm if you have that distance. It is a little back uphill, so it does take a pretty powerful sidearm to get there. There's a mandatory on the second part of the hole. If you end up too straight or too right off the tee, there's no way to get a backhand there. So you're going to see a lot of people kind of fade off towards that large tree on the left side, and hopefully you're not under it, and then maybe you can throw a backhand if you're more comfortable with that. Ooh, that's literally as perfect as you can throw it from Henna.
I want to do the spike hyzer so
Me
bad, but it's
too.
just like not in my game. I don't love a high, like a big hyzer like this, but man, it looks like such a fun shot, and it really does set up so perfectly for where you need to land in the fairway. Being further left is super important to try to access the green for birdie.
I know. I keep looking at it, dreaming.
Yeah.
Like I could do it, but
Yeah.
I'd land a lot shorter than them.
I think I would throw a really great hyzer flip turnover shot way right.
I'd throw a really man, that looked like a perfect shot from Hailey. I'd throw something like so high in the air and be like, that looks great, and then it would be 150 feet short of the landing zone.
I'm really going to take the straight route, and that is
Fine.
Yeah, that's a fine route. It's going to make this second shot a lot more difficult. You can see she's going to have to go way out and around this big tree, and
Less fine.
Yeah, circle 2 is going to be about as good as she can get here.
No insults?
No, not one.
Eveliina with that sidearm. Really nicely done there. Henna lined up perfectly to be able to throw this standstill backhand that she's just so good at. Oh, that is
Whoa.
a rare miss
Yeah, very surprising.
in that style of shot from Henna. She's fine. She's in bounds, just it's rough.
I think it was just a little bit of a grip lock. We got a little bit of a smile from her. Hailey going to go standstill forehand. You do
Early.
have to wrap this corner to get there. She pushes that tree a little tighter than you want, but it works out.
Sneakily gets it. Emily from circle 2's edge, it looks like. Gives it a little bit of a run there. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Sometimes I feel like when you have a really bad shot, it helps you really focus up on the next one.
Uh-huh.
Good conversion for 2 birdies in a row. Let's see that again.
Henna been hitting these circle 2 putts today. Perfect speed.
Ooh,
Gets a
almost
little
nubbed.
nub. Yeah.
Eveliina for her first birdie in a hot minute. Converts.
Yay. This hole firmly in the middle of the pack as far as difficulty goes. Hailey, make sure not to keep that par putt low.
Hailey hanging in there and having a clean round, but really leaving a lot of birdies out there, especially on the putting green.
Yeah, falling off the pace a little bit.
And hopefully, seems like she's maybe injured a little bit. That's not affecting her too much. String of gray. Henna 2 strokes in the lead now with those 2 birdies.
Hole 17 is another very challenging par 3. It's 362 feet, and it is technically just a hyzer, but you have to really have it push a long way because there's a low ceiling that doesn't allow you to air it out to get to the basket. You honestly want a little bit of ground play at the end too if you can get it. So it's nice to throw something faster and more overstable and hope for some extra spin there at the end of the flight. This green is sloped and there are definitely rollaways. I watched a few on my card today. The most difficult part of the hole, though, was the fact that there was a headwind ripping up.
There was for you?
Yeah, just an insane headwind.
That's crazy. It was
I know.
a tailwind for me.
Yeah, it gusted all over the place on the back 9 for my card.
I literally wrote it down. That's crazy.
It was a ripping headwind.
And
Which was confusing because the hole right before that, it was coming from the direction where it should be.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
It was right to left.
We
in the
were
last one.
We were all picking up grass and throwing it and watching it just blow back in our face.
Huh. A nice shot from Henna. I think she circles edge. This is looking solid from Eveliina. Doesn't quite get the skip. Oh, okay. Boy, a lot happened once that disc touched the ground.
Mm-hmm. And she's going to be on the deep side of the green in the bog.
It's like lightly in the bog. A great place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of Madison Walker's autobiography. The one tree.
Hailey robbed of the skip.
Right? Lightly in the bog?
Yeah.
Isn't that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I haven't read it yet, so I was just making sure. And a little high here from Emily, challenging some of these branches.
Yeah, I went back and forth between lightly in the bog and heavily in the swamp.
Ooh.
You know how life is one day.
Is that
to
the
another.
tagline?
Yeah. Some days it feels very differently. Hailey's from well into circle 2. Oh, dead center again, right on the cage.
Yeah, just not quite converting. It can be so frustrating.
I think it hit the top. There's some pretty hefty hooks hanging down for the chains to hang off of. High is not friendly. Eveliina going to sail one over the top. Only 5 birdies on hole 17. Let's see if Henna can get one of them.
Well, apparently it's a 180-degree wind, so... Although it looks kind of calm right now.
It sure does.
So the wind did die off at the very end of the day. I was hanging out at Tournament Central, and it was like nice and cool, and then all of a sudden it was blistering hot when the wind stopped, so maybe that's about right now.
I'm going to shout out 3 players who parked the hole: Ella Hansen, Maria Oliva, and again, Lexi Marks.
Nice.
Look out for Lexi.
A lot of tap-ins today.
Time to take the final walk up the hill to hole 18. And what a fun finishing hole.
Yeah, I love it. Eagleable par 5. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Wait. Here we go. 793 feet. The drone's going to take the right side. You can take the left side. I like laying up to the top of the hill. It is still a pretty full-powered rip for most of the field. If you want to get crazy, you can try to clear the hill, but there's a lot of tall grass and some OB deep if you're not careful, and you're often not left with great footing. And you can get a shot from the top of the hill all the way down here for an eagle look, and it's just so fun. Who doesn't like throwing down a giant hill? There is OB on the right that you got to watch out for, and the OB on the left really sneaks in at the end and wraps all the way behind the basket. I really like this hole. It's a pretty easy birdie if you don't get too crazy. Let's see, the wind was like tail left to right when I came through, but again, I think it's calm for them. That's a great layup from Henna. Yeah, they're sweating right now. I'm telling you.
It got real hot. So there is the opportunity to try to miss right of that tree and kind of filter down the hill a little bit, but it's just, after playing a few practice rounds, it's just not quite worth it because the footing's not good enough to then go for it. It's a lot more fun and a lot smarter. Just try to stay up on top of this hill like you can see these ladies doing.
I agree.
Just to reiterate that. We agree in this booth.
Emily with a nice little turning shot. Perfect placement. Oh, this is the best. I think the only thing you need to be really careful about is not just like totally turning your disc over to the right. I think that's the easiest mistake to make.
Yeah, especially because all the vendor villages down there.
Yeah, that's where people
Whoa.
live.
Not only, that's a crush.
It's huge. Is it in? Yeah, it's safe. Might be a little tucked though. She's probably within, what, 100 feet, maybe 120 feet of the basket. So it's, Hailey can't quite see it. It's to the right. So she's trying to get this thing to turn. Ooh, that's not enough.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine though. Easy birdie, hopefully.
Henna can see the basket She's able to get that nice nose down angle that you want.
And this is the drifting right I was talking about. So easy to do, and it just needs to come back. Come on back.
Oh,
Not
man.
quite. I wonder if it went out up there. Because that's a circle 2 look for birdie.
I think yeah, it just trickled out at the end.
So close. Yeah, I feel this shot's more about nose angle.
Yep.
Or just angle in general than power.
Emily might be able to see the basket from this angle. She's got to get something that's going to turn right for a while. I don't think she's going super aggressive here. I respect the play.
Yeah. You can see how steep that hill is here. Oh, Eveliina really tucked. Nice shot. Yeah, well managed. If you don't get a birdie look on this one, you're not feeling the best walking off the course. That's fine. Little work left to do for Emily.
Let us know in the comments what you think, what preference you have between Rollin' Ridge and Silver Creek. Which one's your favorite? I personally like this one better to play and watch. I think it is a lot more fun. Conditions were weird today, but we get to watch it and a little bit calmer tomorrow. I think we're going to see some people shred.
Probably not Emily Weatherman, though, right?
She was a little bit taller, maybe.
Nice putt from Emily to finish. Just to be clear, we love Emily in the booth.
Yes, we
wouldn't
do.
be doing this otherwise. And Hailey, come on. There we go. Little birdie to finish. And, you know, not an even par back 9, not bad in these conditions. I mean, I think it's good enough to keep her. She's right there in a tie for second.
Quick shout out. There was one eagle today. Sophia Dunica.
Okay, I was like, do I not know something?
I was making sure that I wasn't doing a spoiler
okay.
because that's kind of my thing. Yeah, let me know in the comments. I know.
Yeah, Sophia eagling it to finish. I believe that put her at 4 down on the round. Pretty cool.
And not as many birdies as we were hoping to see today, but again, we really want to hammer home how hard the conditions were today and how much better it's going to be tomorrow. We're going to have the exact same card.
Wow.
Just a little movement on this card. And we have an exciting finish for Championship Sunday.
And Chase card only 4-5 strokes back. Kristen Lett shooting the hot round at 7 down. I mean, there's potential here for a Chase card push and victory. That's pretty tight.
Yes, very exciting for Championship Sunday for our second major of the year. We are loving it here in Wisconsin and really happy you guys came to hang out. Anything else we want to say?
No, never.
Okay. Well, we're gonna.
How about the YouTubes?
Oh yeah, we got almost got 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. So go and like and ding your bells.
Ding them for us.
Yep, we appreciate it. Shout out to the Founders Club. Shout out to the media. Shout out to the staff. Shout out to the volunteers. You guys make the world go round. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the Two Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.
Sunshine, get up on my body, know it truly, I feel fine. Get a watch your body and I feel that sunshine.